Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Here we are.
Well, happy week 6. It's a Friday for us, so it is a depressing Friday for myself.
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
guess
for
for
me
both of
too.
us, we're,
For me
aside
too.
from football, the Phillies.
He had to go get me out of bed. I was out in bed all day and
Uh,
sleeping it off.
Too soon of a discussion to have, but I think, we just want to say thank you to the Phillies. It was a good season, but too soon of an ending, and of course, another questionable call. But we're not going to get into. Like I said, we're not going to get into
Yeah,
that.
we
I
can't.
digress. I
We
digress.
can't. Yes.
But as we, you all know, we focus on NFL, and my Burgess also did not do well for me. So yeah, it's a sucky Friday, but here we are.
It was, yeah.
How you doing now?
I'm good. I'm glad it's Friday.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I know that's
it
right.
was kind of a longer week, I would say, a busy week for me. But no, happy to be here with you. Always good to see my best friend. So, yeah, man.
We're ready to get back to it. So without further ado,
What we do best.
you got to push it forward. There we go.
Go for
Yeah.
a little delay.
Cheers, buddy.
That was on point. Jesus Christ, my first rodeo.
What's funny is we had these last week.
Yeah.
Stateside. Shouting you out as always every single week.
Sponsor us.
We would love a sponsorship. Stateside, we are actually in your neck of the woods.
20 minutes from
Yeah.
the new establishment.
Right in Deggs' house today. So, we're just right nearby. Feel free to invite us over. We can do an episode with you guys over there.
Quick little pop up in there.
Yeah, that'd be
Set up
beautiful.
shop.
But welcome, guys. This is week 6 of Crackin' a Cold One. Shout out to my wife. She is actually behind the camera right now, just chilling. So she is our audience. But
Amanda
we have
T.
Amanda T.
Inside joke. Sorry, guys.
But we have a lot to run down today. We got, of course, just the normal with our headlines, talking about some games, in particular with our games of the week, upsets of the week, and then going through our quick rundown and ending with some good fantasy and betting gems. So let's dive into the headlines right now. And the first one and rightfully so. I mean, it's Friday, so we all got to see the Birds play the Giants on Thursday night. And my question is just like, what's going on with this, with Philly and this offense? Like, who is to blame with everything that's going on? I'll let you go first with this topic because there's a lot to talk about with this topic.
Well, it's back-to-back tough losses for different reasons, right? First one was a heartbreaker, losing the way they did the Denver, and then last night, just kind of like bow down. It just felt like that Giants just came in with a lot more just energy and purpose. And to your point, the offense is a little bit in trouble. I'm nervous going forward here, especially isn't Barkley now banged up a little bit? I was seeing some reports he's a little banged up, but who's to blame? I mean, it reminds me a lot of 2 years ago, right? When Ben Johnson took over, it was another in-house hire. I think that type of team, you need to go kind of big and go get one of the established offensive coordinators that have been around, right? It's not their first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Sirianni, he's a player's coach. He does a great job with that team. But this might sound a little harsh. Sometimes he's a little cheerleader out there to me. And it's just like, can he take control then and get this back on track?
Right.
Or does he have to keep deferring to people?
Right.
And that's just my thing with him. So coaching in general, I would say more so is the issue.
Because he used to call plays.
He was an OC.
Yeah, he was the OC in Indianapolis. So, I mean, in Kansas City too, right? No.
Just Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, to your point, that is a valid point. with, Nick Sirianni being the head coach, where does he, because you think about it, okay, if you fire Kevin Patullo right now, that definitely hurts the team because you just do a huge switch in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
It's just tough. You might as well just chalk the season away at that rate. But if you say, all right, well, let's give calling ability to Nick Sirianni, if he were to step in as being the head coach, that I wouldn't mind. I think it's just because of the fact that we talked about this a few weeks ago, where it's not like rocket science. They succeeded in a way last year, and it just seems as if that they've deflected from, that game plan. I get it that you don't want to wear out Saquon. You don't have to. You have obviously other running backs that you can rely on back there, but it's just the way that they're just completely going away from the run game is ridiculous. They're kind of, and I think it's mainly, I want to say that when it comes to who's to blame, I'm putting it all on Kevin Patullo, because for the last couple of weeks, the media has been talking about A.J. Brown and, the pass game. Pass game's been, non-existent, everything. And once that happened, it seemed as if he folded to the media
Yep.
and was like, all right, I got to go ahead and now call media, or I got to call pass plays. And it's just like, no, what was working for us literally the first 4 weeks that we were winning was the run play.
Yep.
I mean, I can't say that each of our wins have been
sound.
They have not been really, really complete. But I do worry now for the rest of the season, because we are in week 6, and thinking about it, we're almost halfway there. It's either you clean things up now, or
But you guys have a tough schedule in general.
right now we're at I heard it today. We have the 6th, what's called the 6th hardest schedule for the rest of the season. So it's.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys right now, their offense, their whole team in general has been playing a lot better, but their offense in itself has.
They're figuring out a little more.
They're figuring some things out down there. You have Washington, that they have Jaden Daniels back, and then the Giants with Jackson Dart and Cam, and they don't even have Malik Neighbors, and they put up.
That's so true. They didn't have Darius Slayton last night. They were hampered, and they played well.
They were killing us last night. And that. I don't know, man. I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, there's so much that this game could easily be the game where we get back on track, and it should have been the game where we got back on track. But shame on Kevin Patullo for calling a weak game, in my opinion. That was just not a. The first few plays, all right, we're running some run plays, and I feel like, all right, we're getting back to the swing of things. Saquon was having I think he had already 50 yards out of just 2 plays.
Yeah, he had his yards per carry was really good in that.
So, yeah. And then they deflected completely away from that the rest of the game. So, yeah, no, with who's to blame, I'm putting it on Kevin Patullo. I need something. I'm not calling for him to be fired, but I need something to change. Because I don't
new caller.
Personally, yeah. I don't like the fact that we have a new OC every single year. I hate it. I personally hate it. So I am rooting for this man's success. So then he stays with us for multiple years. Obviously, at some point in time when you succeed, the rest of the regime starts getting picked from different players or different teams when they want to go ahead and hire somebody as a head coach. But I'm not worried about that. I'm rooting for him to succeed so we can succeed.
Right.
Right.
No, you're hitting the nail on the head. It's coaching. It's coaching because you have all the talent in the world, right? Yeah. And it's about putting them in positions to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think you're so right. It was the whole media thing, right? I think it's really getting into his head with the play calling, and I don't know, is it that simple where it's can someone just tell him, hey, can you just go watch tape from last year and just mirror it? I know you're not.
Said it. I literally said that a few weeks ago. It's not that hard for you to, especially since you've been in the league for several years. You've been under the Eagles for several years. It shouldn't be hard for you to see, okay, this is what we did last year. Let me at least implement the same exact type of plays If you want to sprinkle your own little ideas in there, fine, go for it.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
That's fine.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the way that we're going right now, it has not been an improvement in my opinion. So,
No.
you know, what we're doing right now is not it's not working. So we need to figure something out. But, you know, that's that. Thursday night was Thursday night.
Got a long rest now, right? And it's like
get everybody back on track.
Yeah.
Get everybody back on track. Just get people healthy.
that's got to be the mindset now.
Yeah, because Quinyon was out.
Did Carter miss?
Jalen Carter missed something with his shoulder, and then
Yeah.
I heard something else with his ankle. I think it was. I don't know.
So a couple big dogs there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but next topic that we have on here is Joe Flacco. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now about with Kirk Cousins and wanting Kirk Cousins to be in a Bengals uniform. Obviously, the money is not there for the Bengals to go ahead and get Kirk, but Joe to the rescue.
This is the poor man's version, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I like it. I think it's the right move.
They don't have any protection still over there, so I'm just curious how much he's going to get banged up. But
he's going to be like, F it, I'm going deep.
Jamar,
Dude,
just go straight out.
And T. Higgins, he's probably going to be like,
I mean, this is perfect for him. He's good
shot.
With the way that offense is built. This is definitely a good landing spot for him.
To your point, minus the O
So
line.
good. Kudos to the Bengals. Kudos to the Bengals.
They must have heard our podcast.
Oh wait, we can't afford Kirk. Who else can we get?
We
We threw out a few different people. I think we threw out. I think Jameis Winston was one of the other ones.
Yep.
So,
Some of those quarterbacks that just probably deserve a shot, right?
Yeah,
and I'm glad for Joe. I've always been.
Side note, I'm just gonna step away really quick from the Browns. What the hell were the Giants doing bringing Russell in? Just bring Jameis in. That would have probably been so much better for the whole entire crowd to get behind Jameis for a play, and then Russ looked.
If anyone would take him, I would just move Russ.
I don't even know if.
That's what I'm saying. If anyone would take him,
at this rate, somebody needs to convince Russ to go ahead and retire. But yeah, so Joe Flacco to the Bengals. Very good passer still at his age. He's 40 plus years old. 40 years old?
Yeah.
I think he's just 40 years old. Yeah, 40 years old. He has weapons over there, like you said, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. I mean, who wouldn't want to be over there with that team? I mean, they got Mike Gesicki too, or Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant. I mean, they got a squad.
They have a pretty good team, and this is actually the perfect time to go ahead and go after Joe because the Steelers, they're lackluster. Mm-hmm. The Ravens have looked like
shit. They're not. They have a historically terrible defense.
Yeah.
And then the Browns obviously.
The Browns are the Browns, which is funny because
I know
in division.
I know.
But at the same time, it's not really. I don't know if it's going to move the
They're
needle
probably
enough.
we're not going to get that cooked by Joe Flacco.
And also, it's they've moved on.
Yeah,
they've moved on to Dylan
for
Gabriel.
rifle.
So Flacco to the rescue. Do you think is that
I think that's a move that
does that help their season?
I think so.
Yeah. Does that get them to the playoffs?
Probably not, but I think they'll flirt with.
So you think about this: if they get to the playoffs,
Joe Burrow comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I think that's what
Joe
they're trying
Flacco needs to get them to that point. So Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And Team Joey, right? Look, I think he'll play pretty good. I think that the offense will look okay. I just think some of these games, though, can he win enough? They're already behind the 8 ball now, right? So I think it's an upgrade for sure, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Next two topics we got are from our guy Deggs. What you got for us?
Yeah, so number 3, Marion Hampton. No Marion. Is it no problem for the Chargers? I think they're in trouble.
This is I mean it could definitely
they lost
bode well for them
They don't have Alt right now.
So
they don't have Slater.
what happened with O'Marion? What like where?
It's a lower body injury, so he's on IR right now for 4 weeks.
Okay, so 4 weeks. Yeah, that definitely hurt. That hurts them.
That hurts them.
That hurts them
Joe
for
Alt's
sure.
still out. He eventually could come back. So now they have to turn to Kamani Vidal, who they just picked up from the practice squad, and Hassan Haskins, who has the Michigan background.
Yeah.
They're okay. Their profiles aren't terrible, but they're not on Marion Hampton, right? And no Najee now.
So who do you go after?
Is
there somebody out there?
That's a great question.
That you go after.
Maybe someone on the Chiefs because they got kind of a loaded backfield there. Maybe.
Well, and this the thing is like there's rumors that the Chiefs could go after Breece Hall.
I don't think that
could the Chargers go after Breece Hall.
I guess they
There's Breece Hall.
He's on the rookie
Jets.
contract, so
yeah, and the Jets need to go ahead and blow things up because they're just not cutting it over there.
Yeah,
they're the abomination of the NFL. So, do you go after Breece Hall to still make your team competitive instead of just going after like
someone like I said,
maybe like Pacheco or anything like that? Like, yeah, I don't know. I think the one player that it keeps coming back to my head, and I don't know if they are going to want to let go of him because he's been doing well this year, is Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet, he at some point is going to have to be a starter. With somebody, unless he's just content with being a backup to K-Dub.
Some of those guys are because they like being able to have fresher bodies,
and
they think it preserves. I mean, look at like Alvin Kamara.
It also comes down
off that.
Ooh, I forgot about him.
Now he could be someone. I was just going to say he's someone though could make sense because he would give them a different element, almost kind of like that Austin Eckler feel. You know what I mean with the passing.
Kind of runs the same way as like an Amari Hampton.
Oh yeah.
Like very
same build.
Has a lot of agility.
That is someone else that I mean.
Okay, so there's a few names that we see out there that they can actually go after. I personally think to your point, Alvin Kamara. If you want to,
I love that.
Now
that we're saying it,
I would say if you want to go young and have a 1-2 punch, go after Zach Charbonnet.
Oh yeah.
If there's a way that you can go after Zach Charbonnet, I just think that's a player right there. Like he's going to be hot commodity at some point.
Oh yeah, Zach. He everything you're saying. Him and K-Dub
he's putting a really good
even as the backup.
Right, yeah, as the backup this year, he's been doing.
He has a role in himself.
Yeah.
Like he's a great player. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna test drive these guys. They're gonna see how they do. If they're able to kind of move the ball with them.
Yeah.
They might not make a move, but I think if it's tough sledding, then we might see something happen before deadline.
Yeah. So I like that. That was a good one. Thanks, bud.
So number 4, we kind of already alluded to it.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. Are they cooked? They have one of the worst defenses that have ever existed, I think.
Yeah.
They're 30th or worse in every category. They've allowed more points already than what the Super Bowl team allowed all season in 16 games.
Jesus.
They are terrible. Lamar isn't really coming back, it seems like, in the next week or two. It seems like this is a prolonged injury. You almost wonder if he gets to a point that they shut him down. Their next games are the Rams, which is not a good game. Chicago, that's still not great. Miami, which is winnable, I think, and then Minnesota, which I think isn't an easy game either.
Is Minnesota? I know you have the teams here. Do you know which ones are away and which ones are home?
I do.
Rams are losing.
Chicago,
that could be a toss-up.
It could be a toss-up.
Because especially
they're inconsistent.
After their bye, they'll get Lamar back, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hamstring injuries are
they linger.
Yeah, man.
They linger.
That's gonna be
and that's
tough.
A big part of his game.
Yeah.
So I'm just really worried about them.
I do see what you're saying with the next 4 games.
It's not easy. There's not a gimme really there. You know what I mean?
No.
There's not. They're gonna have to fight. And I mean, they're rolling with Cooper Rush again, who like I don't know, man. Like I think they should just move to Huntley. He knows the offense. He has some rapport with some guys there. It just makes more sense to
Let's
me.
see their schedule.
Yeah, let's see who's home and who's.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't my whack ass service.
All right, I got us.
Come on, AT&T. Get your stuff. Oh wait, here we go. All right, so they're away against the Vikings. They're losing against the Vikings for sure.
Yeah.
They're beating the Dolphins. Dolphins, that's the 30th. Is that a Sunday night? I think it's a Sunday night because it's 8:15.
30th is a Thursday night. October 30th?
Yeah.
It's a Thursday night.
Oh, so that's a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night games are a fluke, so who knows what the hell can happen with that one.
Sure.
All right, so they're losing against the Rams. The Bears, they're at home. That's after the bye.
Okay, maybe they get some reinforcements.
The Bears, I would say, could be a dub depending on how they come out of that bye.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I mean, Vikings, they're losing, and then
you'd think there's at least 2 more losses, right?
it gets divisional after that. You know, after the Vikings, it's Browns. You get the Jets coming down there, but then it's Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. So like, and depending on how Joe is with the Bengals at that point,
they could be all firing all cylinders.
Yeah, the Ravens, man, they frustrate me because like every single year I feel like this has happened where like with I don't know who's more frustrating, the Eagles or the Ravens. You have such a great offense. On paper, offense is stout. Defense, on paper, defense is stout. No way that either team should be playing the way that they are. And this also goes to the fact of like, all right, is there now conversation to be had about Harbaugh?
Well, it's whenever you have
I talked to Ronnie about that, and he thinks like
whenever you have an ace quarterback like that, I just never understand why you don't have a better contingency plan. Like it's like, in other words, I'm not saying literally, but it's like there should be Joe Flacco that was behind Burrow from the start. There should be Jameis Winston or something behind Lamar from the start. These guys like Cooper Rush, that's like, like he started like for the Cowboys a few times, and like
he doesn't fit their offense.
No, and it's just like I never understand that, and it's like now you're seeing what happened.
They just get these serviceable backups to come in and they're like, they can go ahead and run the same offense. No, they can't. Like you're not going to have that same type of like.
It's just,
Is Baltimore cooked? I would say yes.
I
would say yes. I think that they're missing the playoffs this year, which is unfortunate. And I don't know Derrick Henry's contract right now off the top of my head, but that's going to get to the point where we're going to have to start talking about that at some point this season.
For sure. He hasn't been the same guy.
It's not even that. It's the fact of like, does he now
fit the team?
Does he fit the team? Does he go somewhere else?
I think that if I were them,
or does he just retire, hang it up? Or return back.
A little homecoming. I would love a homecoming,
with
honestly. With Cam Ward now.
Oh my gosh.
I would love that. I really would.
I think that there's something to be said about that.
He still has game. I just don't know if it should be with the Ravens.
He trains as if like he's still like 24 years old.
Yeah, dude. His training regimen. He's a freak. It's almost like the Aaron Donald.
He's so good.
Like,
I'm rooting for a homecoming. Look, for sure.
He made. I think besides Eddie George McNair, he's like my favorite Titan of all time.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
He had a great run with you guys. All right, so those are our headlines. We're gonna dive into our games of the week. So Degs, what you got for us today?
So I am going back to the well with Seattle, and they're at Jacksonville. Seattle didn't disappoint last week with Tampa. That was the game of the week. That was a high-powered offense, and I think we're going to see something similar this time. Seattle couldn't hold them off, but they definitely held their own. This is going to be another test, and it's going to be interesting with Jacksonville too. We're going to dive in them in a sec, but as we were talking about the tandem between K-Dub and Charbonnet, it might be the best in the league. I mean, if not, it's a top 3 one. JSN's playing out of his mind, like we said. Right now, I'd say he's a top 3 receiver. Like, he's just playing.
JSN is so good.
He's so good. I mean, he basically is like Justin Jefferson, like over there.
Do you see the clip where Baker said to JSN, he was like, "There's something in that Ohio water."
No, I didn't.
Because he has a Buka.
Oh God!
And remember, there's that Oklahoma and Ohio State like rivalry that was when Baker was out there and he put the flag in the middle of
Yep. That's
so like it's so funny how all
factory, dude.
Yeah, all that just came back. And yeah, dude, like he has a Buka and then you got freaking JSN over there like killing it.
I love JSN. He's on my fan.
It's crazy that JSN, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Abuka
I think Abuka was there as well at that time, and there's
was
somebody
that Olave
else.
and
Olave
and Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. No, I think Garrett Wilson was it. Garrett Wilson and Olave out at the same time.
They came out the same year.
So then yeah. Because I know Marvin Harrison was the freshman at that time.
Yeah.
He was like their fourth string.
Yeah, exactly because they were too good.
That's insane.
That's a conversation for another time.
That is a conversation.
We could go on a long tangent.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, right? Huge win for Jacksonville, right?
Dude, yeah. Against KC.
That was huge. I mean, because it was a comeback win versus Mahomes. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest fan of Trevor Lawrence, but he came to play that game.
Let's say Duval.
Duval. So my question is kind of like, they're 4-1 now.
Yeah.
Right? Are they contenders now? This is going to be the test of consistency, kind of, and we're going to see if they're kind of on the same level with the Colts. I'll say this: ETN playing phenomenal. He looks like the best he ever has. They haven't had Brian Thomas even come to light yet, so it's almost like, have we even seen everything yet?
Yeah.
So that's the question. Do you think that they're contenders in the AFC being 4-1 right now?
Jacksonville right now, yeah. Their defense is actually really, really good. I think they have the most takeaways in the league, just from what I've been hearing. Like, from
and touchdowns,
and get up, yeah. So they definitely have something going well for them down there. I'm not going to sit there and chalk things up and say, oh, it might be their schedule or anything. I'm not going to do that. Like, everybody plays games, everybody's out there strapping up the same laces, all that stuff.
Sunday,
so you gotta play the game, and so I'm going to give them their respect. I mean, after beating KC the way that they did, they hung in there with them, and it was a battle. I'm for sure in AFC. They're going to be a contender.
I'm with you.
They're not going to. I don't think that they will go as far as like, oh, let's make the Super Bowl, but they're going to be very, very, very good this year, and that's going to attract. Like, this is now the tide, like the turn of the tide of like what can happen down there in Jacksonville. I mean, finally someone's been able to figure out Trevor Lawrence.
Cohen's doing a good job, whether you think he's a corny guy or not.
Yeah, I hate him. I still can't stand him.
But he is, and they look the best that they ever had, and I think you're right? It could be an attractive spot to eventually go to. They're going to make a run at the division with the Colts.
I like that. My game of the week that I have here, I'm going back with our guy Flacco. Bengals versus Packers.
I love it.
So, going back to the topic of the Bengals, obviously we know the Bengals traded for Flacco, but the one W that Flacco has with the Browns was against the Packers just a few weeks ago.
Oh, you're right.
So he's seen the Packers. The Bengals are like, wait, we need to get an upper leg in this division right now. Let's go ahead and go after Flacco since he beat them. That could be something that was in conversation, especially since contract probably isn't too much. Last week against the Lions, putting up 24, Chase getting in the end zone twice, that was big. At least just being able to, Browning was able to at least like get that team going and keep the team in there. They obviously got beat.
They took a stride forward, though.
But it was still something good to look at. So could the quarterback switch, bring the Bengals back into contention in their weak division, with the Ravens and, the Browns and the Steelers all struggling. right now the Bengals are still like their defense is still very weak.
That's their Achilles heel for sure.
All ranking 30th or worse in the league. Like they're also at the bottom of the.
What's in that division's water?
It's just horrible, bro. Packers are coming off of a bye, but the last game that they played, obviously, we all know that they tied against the Cowboys.
True.
So
yeah,
I would say that was more of a dub for the Cowboys than
the Packers.
Yeah. And the one thing that I notice as well is Matthew Golden. Like the Packers need to figure something out there because already with going into Week 6. Only has 11 receptions and 126 yards receiving. That's technically through 4 weeks because obviously they had a bye week. So that's horrible. Packers have to figure something out. The good thing that they have on their end, LaFleur is 33-14 in his career as a head coach after the bye. But this is not so good for them. Packers injury report is pretty extensive. So their offensive tackle, Anthony Belton, is out. These are all guys that did not participate as of yesterday. Anthony Belton, offensive tackle. Defensive tackle, Devontae Wyatt. Left guard, Aaron Banks.
Okay.
Aaron Banks. And then for limited was Nate Hobbs.
Big.
Center, Jacob Monk. Right tackle, Zach Tom. And Rasheed Walker, their left tackle.
Walker's a big deal.
Walker, he has a quad injury. Zach Tom has an oblique. So this is like getting like to those injuries where they could linger for a while. The Bengals injury report isn't really that crazy. Did not participate. So left guard Dylan Fairchild. I mean that is big for their offensive line. Limited. It just seems as if Jamar Chase has had some rest, but that's about it. You had Lucas Patrick that he has a calf injury, and then Shamar Stewart, he has an ankle injury. So, you got some things that are going on with both teams. That is that with the games of the week with the Bengals. So we're gonna go into our upset alert. Degs, what you got for me?
So my upset is going to be a divisional matchup between Cleveland over Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. I know that Pittsburgh's coming off a bye, but I liked what I saw out of Cleveland last week with the Dylan Gabriel era starting here. He looked better than I thought. I think so, and I think him, getting a game under his belt. I think Pittsburgh's secondary has definitely been questionable.
For sure.
They played a much better Vikings defense, and he held his own. So I'm foreseeing that he's able to get his first win. Defense is going to really help him out. Maybe a pick 6 this week.
I like it. Cleveland over Pittsburgh. My upset alert. I'm sticking with my theme of this episode. Mr. Joe Flacco comes into the rescue with the Bengals and helps them get over the Packers. So
okay,
that'll be a good game to watch for sure. It's a 4:00 game, so.
Make me think.
All right, so going into our rapid fire, I know you have here some updates regarding our past few weeks. So you want to go dive into that?
Yeah, so I know I've been slacking on that, but I went back. I got our records here. So week 3, you went 8-7. I went 9-6. Week 4, you went 10-5. I went 12-3. We did really well that week. Yep. Last week was one to forget. 6-8 for yourself, 5-9 for me, which it was a very strange week last week. I mean, definitely a lot of upsets and whatnot. So total record, you're 24-20. I'm 26-18. We're both above 500. Yeah. So that is a win. Yep. So we'll keep up with that now.
Also, cheers for you. You come
a long way.
Yeah. Come a very long way. Yeah. Good job.
A little more logical now.
Not picking the Titans every single.
Jesus Christ.
I
didn't pick them last week and they won.
Yeah, I know. If you listen to our podcast,
I'm not fooled.
If you listen to our podcast last year, Degs would pick the Titans every single week, and it was always funny. It was always funny.
Hey, nothing wrong with having some.
Like we were thinking about
boys,
it, we're like, you would think that they were.
I was out there pretending like I was in the secondary trying to help them.
Put me in, coach.
Like the 12th man.
All right, so let's go through our rapid fire. We're gonna skip last night's
That's
game.
void it. Yep.
Yeah, we'll skip last night's game. So Denver at Jets. I'm sorry,
I got Denver.
I got Denver as well.
Yep.
We got Seahawks at the Jaguars.
I got the
Got-
Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks as
Bounce
well.
back. Yep.
Cowboys at Panthers.
I
I
got
got
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I got Cowboys.
Mhm.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I got Pittsburgh.
I got Cleveland.
Okay.
All right.
New England at New Orleans. I got New England on this one.
I do as well. Yep.
We got Chargers at Dolphins. I'm going with Chargers.
I'm going Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going Miami.
Okay.
I think they found a little bit of steam. And with
They
the
try to keep Mike McDaniel's job down there.
they might be. I don't know. Maybe he got them all Gucci bags or something like that. But they're playing a little better.
That's hilarious. Maybe he got him Gucci bags. That's funny.
Like Mr.
Watch somebody walk into the damn game this week with a
I'll
Gucci
be looking
bag.
now. Waddle.
Oh my god, property of Mike McDaniel's.
MD.
Oh man, Arizona at Indianapolis.
I got Indy.
I got Indy as well.
Yep.
Rams at Ravens. I got Rams.
I got Rams.
Titans at Raiders.
No, I got Las Vegas.
I got Titans. I got Titans on that one.
Good for you.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Browns at Packers. Or I'm sorry, Bengals at Packers. Got Bengals.
I got Green Bay.
Okay. We got the 49ers at the Buccaneers.
I got Bucks.
Buccaneers.
Yep, me too.
Cross country. Yeah. Lions at Chiefs.
I got the Lions.
Going Lions.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bills at Falcons. I got Bills.
I got Bills. They're not gonna lose twice in a row.
And then you got the Bears at the Commanders. I got the Bears.
I got Commanders. Home field.
That game could definitely go either way.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive into some fantasy football segments or some gems that you got for us. What you got?
So I went back to some trade.
Here, I got you.
I got it. I think it's working. Like
Technical difficulties with the laptop right here,
I had
guys.
a little stroke.
It's having an aneurysm. It's not even like wanting to. Here, do you want to?
Okay.
All right, we're back up and running. Let's go.
So fantasy football corner, here we are. So I want to get you some more trades that you can look to try to help your fantasy team before the deadline here. So this is in no order, but number one, I have Jalen Waddle. With Tyreek down right last week, he looked phenomenal. He's finally going to get a chance to be a receiver one, and I think he's going to come through for you. Last week, 6 catches, 110 yards and a touchdown, 25% target share. That's everything you want in a number one there. So I think he's going to have some repeat, in 3 games without Hill, he averages 120 yards. Buy now before people catch on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Jaylen Warren. All right, he's been dealing with the injury. He missed last game when they played in London. He was a workhorse before the injury, 60 to 80% of snaps. So I think when he comes back, he's going to be back on the field like that. He doesn't really have any competition. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell's played well, but I think that he's going to dominate that back. He's a great check down for Aaron, and Aaron loves to do that, right? So I say that this is he has a lot of opportunity. I'd go after him now before he kind of showcases it again. So next, God, this freaking
Here.
Just give me it. Number 3, I got James Cook. So he had an off week last week, right? The whole team did, despite being top 5 in carries and in the red zone and total yardage a game. I think that he still has more to get, right?
Yeah.
More in the tank there. I think they're going to have to rely on him. So if you can capitalize off an off week,
I have him.
I would, because he's going to be very vital for them down the season here. Their pass catchers, it's still iffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keon Coleman, I'm not a fan of. I do think Dalton Kincaid has played a lot better as of late, but
For sure.
that James Cook's going to be critical to their success.
Yeah.
And then my last one is Woody Marks, right? He had that week 4 breakout game. Last week was a letdown, right? They kind of went back to Chubb, but don't worry, Chubb's either going to get hurt or they're just going to slowly, gradually give Woody Marks the workload here. So Houston, if they're going to be winning, they're going to have to go to the young stud there. So before kind of people catch on, maybe they think that 1 week was a fluke. Go get him now because I promise you he's a league winner. And the sleeper of the week is no other than the Jets tight end Mason Taylor. He has been balling out the last couple weeks here. So he led tight ends in week 5 with 12 targets. Okay, he hauled in 9 for 67 yards. He had a target share of 26%. Didn't I just say Waddle had a 25% target share? That should tell you everything you need to know right there. He's a ball hawk. He's probably like the next Trey McBride, if I had to say. So if you have a tight end that you've been starting and you also were able to pick him up, you might be able to move that tight end and insert him for the week, for the rest of the season, really.
I like it.
That's what I got for you guys.
I like Woody Marks. I'm about to look into him after this pod now.
I love Woody.
All right, so going into the betting spotlight that we have here, got a few anytime touchdowns for you guys today. So first ones that I blah 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 blah. That was horrible. First one that I have on the docket for us today is J.K. Dobbins versus the Jets. J.K.'s been doing really, really well. Obviously, they have an international game this weekend over in London. Mm-hmm. I still think that, him having a great game last week, he'll do well again this week against the Jets. I think he's definitely bound to get into the end zone for sure.
Yep.
Tyler Warren against the Cardinals. Tyler Warren is, in my opinion, tight end 1.
He's a beast.
He's horrible. I say he's horrible. He's the best tight end, in my opinion, the whole entire league. I don't care if I'm a homer, but I just think that he's that good.
He's a top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Arguably, I could say you say number 1 this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think he's getting into the end zone against the Cardinals. Javonte Williams versus the Panthers. Cowboys and him have been like a match made in heaven, so I think that's going to continue to bode well for him. Kyron Williams versus the Ravens.
Love it.
Kyron had a great game last week. I think that all continues as well this week. With the injuries over in the in LA, but also the weak secondary in Miami, I think Quentin Johnson gets into the end zone this weekend as well. Throw him onto that ticket. And then the last one that I have here is Kenneth Walker versus the Jags.
Quentin Johnson, that's spicy. I like it. Yeah.
That was my one spicy one that I had here.
Yeah.
$10 will get you $686.94.
Ooh, that's a nice. That got some juice.
Send me $10 while you're at it. Cheers, buddy.
Finder's fee.
So that is our EP, our episode for the week. What do you think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
This was a fun one.
We got some good things coming up this weekend, so I want to kind of get past that horrible loss last night from the Eagles. Just want to relax and just watch some good football this weekend.
You can just enjoy Red Zone now.
Yeah, I can just enjoy Red Zone this weekend. It'll be a crappy weekend actually over here on the East Coast. It's going to be a little bit of a nor'eastern, so that should be fun. But like we always say, whenever you listen to this podcast or on Sunday, whatever the heck you're doing, all right, if you're listening to this podcast, if you ain't doing anything, make sure you crack yourself a cold one. Cheers, buddy.